today I'm going to be sharing with you my 57 Fairlane. I'm pretty sure I bought this model secondhand off of eBay. I don't know much about the Fairfield mint models, but I'm going to open it up and share with you. Here it is in the box. It's been sticky taped shut. I'm going to open both ends and maybe push it out sideways. And by the looks of this, I've taken it out upside down. Here's the underside of the model. The front suspension is very basic. I've never actually crawled under a 1957 Fairlane, so I'm not really sure how accurate any of this is. If anybody knows if the drag link for the 57 Fairlane is on the front of the suspension, put a comment there. I'd love to know. We've got some nicely painted mufflers, a little bit of overspray to the sides, and then a couple of rear silencers which are actually separate parts, whereas the rest of the exhaust system is just a part of the base. I've always loved the look of the 57 Fairlane. I've only ever seen one or two of these in Australia. I'm not sure if they were sold here. In the 1950s, I think if you were in the market for a convertible, you probably would have got something British. I'm going to put the top up now. And as you can see, this car is absolutely stunning with the top up. I love that long, expansive boot, even though you wouldn't be keeping much in there because of the hardtop retracting. I really like the details of the hubcaps and the badges at the side there. I can see there's a badge on the C-pillar here which shows me that I've made a mistake. I was calling this a Sunliner. This badge actually says Skyliner. The paint on this car is really nice. There is a bit of mismatch in the white tones. There's also some cracking in some of the paint, which I'll show you when I get my macro lens out. The doors of this Fairlane do open, and there's a nicely modelled interior inside. The steering wheel feels a little bit like it wants to fall off, but it does pose with the movement of the wheels at the front. I think the detail in that back badge is lovely. The tail lights are nice, a little bit of a chrome bezel around the outside and a nice clear red kind of finish. There's no LEDs or anything fancy on this model though. The fit of some of these plastic trims isn't perfect. You can see that one there is slightly dislodged. But there's a pretty nicely detailed door handle, and the trim along the side of that car looks fantastic with that gold insert. And the detail on that Fairlane 500 badge is just lovely. You can just read Fairlane on that front badge, and the grille is nicely painted with inset parking lights, the nice big hooded headlights. Under the bonnet you can see that beautiful V8 with Thunderbird on the rocker covers. I'm pretty sure these Fairlanes come out with a Y-block V8, 312 cubic inches in capacity. I'm not sure on the horsepower. One of the slightly disappointing things about this model is the white paint is cracked on the top of the front guards and on the rear guards as well. And I believe this is a really lovely model of what is a really special Ford from 1957. In my eyes, the 1957 Fairlane is the ultimate Fairlane of the 1950s. With its forward-leaning A-pillars, I really like that style. And compared to the 1956 Fairlane, it just has a bit more attitude. In some of the later ones, the 1958 and 59 Fairlanes, I found I didn't like the double bump in the back end there, but the Fairlane from 1957 just had this beautiful look and beautiful stance. I would really like to add a 1957 Fairlane to my collection. I've really enjoyed getting it out of its box and sharing with you this beautiful model. See you later.